remain seated at all times. And hold on to all loose articles, especially hats, cameras, and purses.
Hi. Natalie.
Also, we ask that you
John. Hi, guy.
on board the jet.
Natalie. What's going on, dude? Where are we at? John.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Why are we here, guy?
It's my birthday.
All right.
I'm gonna be sick. There's a matter
John, it wasn't a flat surface. It was going down there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please sit all the way back in your seats, remain seated at all times, and we're all clear.
Honey, would you smile a real smile and act like you're happy to be here?
No?
That's what Natalie told me.
John and Natalie, give them a hug. Give them a hug, guys. All right. You got to be more aggressive, Natalie. You got to go up and give them a big hug. You can't just act like that.
Watch him walking away and you tell me waddle.
All passengers will be confirmed tickets being there at this time to gate number 3. Thank you.
The most advanced transport of its kind in existence, with high-speed warp drive and travel for 1 billion years. 3,000 restored galaxies safe and comfortable. All our passengers are piloted by the newest, most reliable RXOA, so you can stay back, relax, and enjoy the sights.
Well, yeah, I did, but... So, yeah, it's R2-D2.
Please check with the Star Tours agent at gate number 4.
What? R2-D2's that guy.
Transport 22, I'm getting a critical reading on your laser cannon. Shut
Your attention, please, for the following gate announcements. Flight 704, local service to Endor moving.
So call your travel agent for Star Tours today.
John and Natalie. John and Natalie. How you guys doing? Star Wars? You're a Star Tours guy? Yeah.
Star Tours is now offering convenient daily departures to the exotic moon of Endor. Come spend an afternoon or the entire day with the lovely Ewoks in their charming tribal.
We're going to go to Endor.
One visit that you and your family will remember forever. Just ask for the Endor Express, available only from Star Tours. Non-stop flights leave every few minutes, so don't delay. Visit Endor today.
All passengers who wish to exchange currency prior to their departure are invited to visit the exchange office, open daily during regular flight hours.
There has been a gate change for Star Tours Flight 114, Star Speed service to Endor. Flight 114.
Come on, Iggy.
Second of all, I just remembered how much I hate space travel. You haven't missed a trip, though, have you?
Attention, please. Star Tours Flight 1119, non-stop service to Endor, is now...
These new transports have a mind of their own.
Your attention, please. All interplanetary travelers must have a current passport and the necessary visas prior to leaving the spaceport. Passengers requiring a citizen.
switches immediately. Power disconnect.
That was the power disconnect. They were having problems with all this light.
There's low light going on right now. So if you like this movie, I want to see if it's really low light.
Out from the right side of the seat and snap it into the console on the left. Galactic regulations require that all carry-on items be safely stowed beneath your seat. While on board, flash photography is not permitted. And please, no smoking at any time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask the attendant. You'll be boarding in just a few moments. Thank you, and have a pleasant tour.
Speak up.
Going on Star Tours?
Can't wait to go, huh, Natalie? Can't wait to go? What are you looking at?
I don't know, it's like something.
What are you looking at? Oh, now you're looking at me. What are you looking at there? Screen Joe?
Star Tours announces the boarding of the Indoor Express.
John.
Star Speeder service to the
Your birthday?
All passengers.
Is it your birthday?
For immediate boarding.
Hang on back there! Light speed! Hey, sorry folks. Sure to do better next time. Was my first flight and I'm still...
Folks, I know you're all anxious to barge on in, knock everything over, and get on the ship and go to Mars. But it just doesn't work that way. We don't do that way here in America, because first here in America we watch presentations first. Yeah, I know. But giving you the presentation in just a moment will be the strange, the wonderful Mr. Johnson. Before we start, we're just going to see if we can get a few more space travelers in the door before we start. We're just going to wait just a few seconds. Full center here at the Disneyland Spaceport. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Johnson. We'll be telling you everything that's going to happen on your trip before we leave for Mars.
Thank you. Welcome to Mission Control, space travelers. The first part of your trip to Mars today will be directed from this room, and so will your landing when you return to Earth. As you can see on the large screen behind me, we're keeping track of things on one of our many manned space stations now in orbit, while the small screens below show other activities being monitored by Mission Control. I'll have them repeated on the upper screens for you also.
SSL, this is instrumentation.
Roger. SBO, start report recorders, TV video, tape recorders.
Now on the large screen again, you see a sign as to board the space station at the controls of a large telescope trained on the sun. This kind of solar research was begun back in the early 1970s by the Skylab astronauts. And time-lapse pictures from space like this are revealing new facts about how the sun produces energy, which may help us solve some of our own energy problems on Earth. This is a very interesting part of the station, where special manufacturing processes are carried out under weightless conditions. close-up picture of a groove being melted in a stainless steel plate. Done in zero-G conditions, this imparts a quality to the metal we can't get under Earth gravity.
Mission Control, this is Space Liner 09. Stand by for new video on B channel.
Now, through an onboard microscope and time-lapse camera, we can see the way crystals form in zero-G.
Capcom, this is Space Liner 09. Request to transmit this report to crystal representative on Space 09. This is Capcom. Roger your request. Relay coming up to black hole stone. Capcom. 09.
These space-grown crystals are so pure that they're going to bring revolutionary advances in electronics, which will benefit every one of us. In fact, they're so...
Attention. Clear all channels for possible emergency re-entry.
Oh, no, not again.
Stand by. Video signal coming in on all channels.
Just as I thought. Somehow, this silly bird trips the emergency system every time he comes in. And I think he knows the life's on us.
Mr. Johnson, before we leave for Mars, please take a minute to explain to our brave, courageous space travelers the effect that zero gravity has on our astronauts in space.
Of course, just a moment. Patch us into Skyline Video Net, please. Now, there you see how easy it is to get from one place to another. You simply float through the air. That takes some getting used to. But zero-G has other advantages, too. Like this, for example. One man can easily handle heavy pieces of scientific equipment that he couldn't even move under normal gravity. Astronauts quickly adapt to zero-G, but over extended periods, regular exercise is absolutely vital. Here are some off-duty crew members working out in the station's gymnasium.
This is TSC Medical. Annex leads are now being monitored on 227. For this exercise period, ECGs are heart rate 120 plus.
It's fun, but it isn't always as easy as it looks, as you can see. With a little practice, though, you can do tricks that would make a circus acrobat turn green with envy.
How are they doing that?
There's no gravity which keeps them on the ground, so they just float everywhere.
Global network status, go. Instrumentation. Instrumentation, go. Disneyland Flight 295 to Mars is now ready for boarding at gate number 3. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just dropped our booster engines, and in a moment we'll make what we call a hyperspace jump, the new method of space travel which enables us to cover enormous distances in seconds. On the side screens, our ship's computer has drawn a diagram of our solar system, and we'll tip it over and move in closer so you can see where we're going. You'll notice that the orbital velocity of the planets is exaggerated. But as we approach the inner planets, you can see that they move at the proper relative speeds. Earth and Mars are anywhere from 35 million to 240 million miles apart at times, which used to make a trip to Mars pretty tricky. For example, spaceships had to follow a curved path for about 8 months to intercept Mars when it reached a certain spot. It was like having to hit a golf ball in California, hard enough and accurately enough to make it go through one particular window of a train arriving in Florida that much later. Today it's much easier. We simply launch out into space until we reach Mars Acquisition Velocity, or MAV. Then we generate a hyperspace field around us for a short time. When we switch it off, our spacecraft is approaching Mars. Back in the 70s and 80s, this would have seemed like science fiction, but today it's routine. And we
Attention all stations, hyperspace penetration now commencing. Secure all ship operations.
west called Mariner Valley. It's over 3,000 miles long, 10 times bigger than the Grand Canyon back home. And for a planet that's only half the size of Earth, that's pretty impressive. This superimposed outline of the United States will give you an idea of its size. Here's a closer view of the section of the rift one of our camera craft is approaching. In a few seconds, we'll have the picture it's sending back, so watch the side screens, please. There's the picture. Our camera ship is down in the rift now. Seen this close, it looks quite Earth-like, but it's hard to get the scale of things. The wall there is almost 4 miles high, and the floor is about 50 miles across at this point. Even those branch canyons you see are 6 or 7 miles wide and go back as much as 100 miles from the main rift. This is no little canal by any means. On the upper screen, we're switching to what is literally the high point of Mars, Olympus Mons, the biggest volcano in the whole universe, as far as we know now. It's 370 miles wide at the base and over 75,000 feet high at the top. 2.5 times more than Mount Everest, the highest point on Earth. Now on the side screens is the picture from our other ship as it approaches the top of the cone. In just a moment it will drop down into the caldera and you can see how big it really is. On Earth, the largest calderas are up to 10 miles across, but that's 40 miles to the opposite rim. Olympus appears to be extinct now, but just imagine what it was like when that entire area was a sea of boiling lava. Scientists estimate it was... Just a moment, please. Space Tower show lost the signal on roll 2. Impact count is rising. Ladies and gentlemen, our camera ship has been knocked out of control by a shower of meteorite particles. We may encounter the same conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, we're returning to Earth immediately. Be prepared for another space jump.
Huh? You having fun?
Yeah.
How much fun?
Disneyland, and I'm having lots of fun.
All right.
You see that one picture where it's going? I like that. Oh yeah, that is my birthday card. That's my card.
Natalie, you having a good time, bud?
Yeah, I like the first ride better.
Look at this camera, Natalie.
I like the first ride better. That one gets me.
Oh yeah? John, what about you, guy? Huh?
Lots of fun.
Did you like the first ride better?
What?
Did you like the first ride better? You didn't like Mission to Mars too much?
No, that one gets my
Yeah? Tina, what about you, bud?
No, I like the first ride better.
Yeah?
I like the thrilling ride.
Is that why you like me, baby? Thrilling ride?